Hello and welcome to Elecspo. Right, Barcelona are one of the biggest clubs in the world, and they've got the biggest and best player in the world. No, not Martin Braithwaite. They've got an ageing squad right now though, with a lot of their current players calling the Nou Camp home for years now. Many of their current stars were there in 2015, which is back when Football Manager 2015 was a thing as well, even though it came out in late 2014, but whatever. Well, today I'm going to look at Barcelona in 2020 according to Football Manager 2015 and see how many of their current players are still there on the game just like in reality. Spoiler alert, they don't sign Martin Braithwaite, he stayed loyal to Toulouse. Well, first things first, the FM version of Barcelona are a lot less successful by 2020 than in reality. In the simulation they've just won 2 league titles, back to back in 2017 and 2018, then a Spanish Cup in 2019, but that's literally it, no Champions Leagues, nothing. Yet somehow Luis Enrique is still the manager, who Barcelona fans would probably still wish was the manager, forget Pique Setien. So that's what happened in terms of trophies in the manager. Let's take a look at the players. In goals, Alex Merritt. So we've got a change in between the stakes, although this doesn't quite tell the full story. Merritt was the most recent man to play in goal for Barcelona, but the number one stopper is still Marc-Andre ter Stegen. That's not a bad thing, as the German's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's a lot better than Merritt, although the Italian did do an okay job last season when ter Stegen was crocked. So one player in, and not a lot has massively changed at the Nou Camp. Right back was Marc Bartra. Here's our first big change, as Marc Bartra is still a Barcelona player on this FM simulation. While in reality his Barcelona career ended in 2016, he's a massively important player in FM and has been performing brilliantly. If this was the case in reality, Barca's La Masia Academy would have a lot more to shout about right now. But Bartra is out of position at right back, a position where Barcelona have some odd options. First they've got former Newcastle flop Chancellor Mbemba who's just signed, then they've also got João Cancelo, who's absolutely crap on Football Manager 2015, which is why he only cost 1.6 million quid. Centre back was Gerard Pique. Mr Shakira is still at the Nou Camp on FM just like in reality, and he's still a top class defender. However, there's a chance he could be on the move soon. A Premier League return might be on the cards, with Tottenham keen to snap Pique up. They also want Sergio Ramos, although I can't imagine they want to pair them up and get them to patch up their differences. He was alongside Gaston Zacharias. We've got a regen at centre back. Sorry, couldn't resist. Somebody in the comments said they missed it. Anyway, the Argentinian looks absolutely brilliant, especially over the last 2 seasons, although the new campaign has started a bit rough to be honest. Zacharias is already on 75 grand and valued at £70 million, which is a fair wedge on this game, and as long as he's more reliable than Samuel Umtiti then Barcelona will be alright. Left back was Alex Romaldo. There's no Jordi Alba in this team, with the Spaniard being bought by Man City in 2018. In his place is Alex Romaldo, a staple of this era of Football Manager, a player who just guaranteed success. That's exactly how he's played in a Barcelona shirt, the only issue is he's barely played. I've got no idea what's going on here, and the even more confusing thing is that Barcelona don't even have another left back in their squad. Holding midfield was Ruben Neves. While normally it's Sergio Busquets sitting in front of the Barcelona defence, the Spanish enforcer is no longer at the Nou Camp, instead residing in Paris. That means there's a new face at Barcelona, and if you saw a previous video you know who it is. That's right, Ruben Neves. Yes, the Portuguese midfielder has just joined Barca, costing £24 million from Porto to make him one of the most expensive players of 2020. He had a rough debut though, put it that way. He's got experience to lean on though, as surprisingly Javier Mascherano is still there, with no Chinese Super League boom happening on Football Manager 2015. Oh, what a time to be alive. Centre mid was Rafinha. The Rafinha on FM is very different to the Rafinha in reality. On the game he's played consistently throughout the simulation, and he's been alright too, getting high 6s every year, which is alright if you play for a club that isn't Barcelona. In reality it's shocking he's actually still at the Nou Camp. He never gets to play and spends more time out on loan than Wonga. I bet Christmas dinner's awkward in the Alcantara household. Little Thiago's tearing it up at Bayern Munich and lauded by the masses, meanwhile Rafinha's just trying to buy his family's love with gifts from the Barca shop. Next up is Andres Iniesta. The Barcelona midfield hasn't properly recovered since Xavi and Iniesta left, but on Football Manager 2015, the latter never leaves. At 36, Iniesta's still getting the job done for Barcelona, performing at a high level despite his age with no call for him to head to Japan. To be fair, Iniesta could still probably do a job in the real Barcelona midfield, and it's no surprise he's still there on FM15, as Frankie de Jong isn't even on the bloody game. Right wing is Luis Suarez. Guys, what's Luis Suarez's favourite chocolate bar? A chomp. God, the biting jokes never get old, do they? Poor Chiellini, hope his shoulder's alright now. Anyway, Suarez is still Barcelona's number 9, and he's still banging the goals just like in reality, and he's had a storied career that justified his big money move to the Nou Camp. He hasn't really got any competition though on FM, especially since Barcelona have just sent academy product Adama Traore to Man City. I hope they've got some baby oil at the ready in Manchester. On the left we've got Neymar. Does Neymar wish he just stayed at Barcelona? I'd say so. It was painful watching him against Atlanta the other night until Mbappe came on. He had to do it all on his own while his teammates just stood there picking their noses and scratching their arse. Well, on FM15 there's been no move for Neymar, a deal that completely changed the world of transfers. But in this simulation he's still a star in red and blue, although he continues to play second fiddle to a certain number 10. And up top is Lionel Messi. Of course the greatest of all time is still at Barcelona on FM15, just like he is in reality. I've never actually seen him leave, to be honest. Let us know in the comments if you have. Just like in the real world, Messi is still the outright best. The man's averaged more than 8 every season. That's ridiculous kinds of good. And we all know Messi is quite good. We don't need FM averages to tell us that. But he's not slowing down, although a buyout clause of £186 million would definitely be tempting if the market wasn't so tepid. I mean, that's pocket change on FM20. If the unthinkable did happen and Messi did leave, then Barca have got Antonio Sanabria, who I told you must be good in the West Brom video. See? So there we have it, that's Barcelona in 2020 according to Football Manager 2015. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo, and until next time, we'll see you around.